From broke to boss, I flipped the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation made me live the dream.
Owner Operator's Guide, Surviving the Slow Season.
Yes, the number one topic out of all of them is we call the panic season. So, it's usually the seasons that, I don't feel that the season kills the owner operator, but the actual panic does because they start to grasp for straws.
I agree. A lot of, most of the time, I've seen owner operators not failing at their business, quitting their business.
Yeah.
A lot of that is actually being justified by the panic and fears of the future and fears of responsibility. Trucking is not easy. You guys, always talk about how trucking is not easy, but a lot of times I see those owner operators wannabes who expect everything should be somehow easy.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not a business for easy. I think. Don't panic. Just stay calm and carry on. That's one thing that helped me personally. So I can always stand behind it because no matter how bad it gets, if you just keep calm and carry on. But not keep calm at home and carry on your couch. Keep calm and carry on in your truck. You're gonna be in good shape.
So, and if you identify if you're not good at keeping calm and carrying on, align yourself with somebody who is like that dispatcher who can help you run that business for you. You just got to give them some leverage to do so.
Yeah, don't get in the way.
Yeah. Because that is the major difference right there, right? So,
all right.
So owner-operator partnership is very real. I got tons of guys who are making $4,000 take-home. Learn how you can do that by giving me a call at 863-342-5171. We are conveniently located in Lakeland, Florida. We are a Florida-based trucking company that is here to provide you resources to be successful. So once again, it's 863-342-5171.
Stop counting miles. I think that's every rookie's mistake when people so locked into how much per mile. And I'm not saying that's not important.
No, but the tunnel vision for that could be a problem like that. You got these blinders on that's all you're looking at.
Yes, and I see this again and again here. People that get locked up into that tunnel vision. Yeah, their average per mile is great, but we're just not making any money.
No, yeah.
And when somebody is locking into this, how much money I'm gonna cash out this week, that's probably the best approach.
Because you're looking at it as a week.
Yes, now you're looking at it as a holistic picture. Because, for example, the guy that's very, very zoomed into per mile pay never left Florida on Monday.
No, because it was just never enough.
Yes, and then by the time we left, it was not because of that's just what we do and that's good for business, but because that's desperation.
Yeah, and then you're trying to explain, how do you explain to that guy that it's more operational at that point than the rate per mile? It becomes it's challenging, man.
Again, most people that are successful in this business, we already know. If you are this guy making those mistakes, or if you're a brand new guy, listen to the pros. Don't listen to the loudest people out there, because a lot of that is going to be, I see in comments all the time, the people that says, unless you make $5 a mile, you doomed. That would be very nice to make $5 a mile, let me tell you that. But that doomed point is nowhere near that. As a matter of fact, with current rates and hard hustle, you can do all right. Can things be better? Absolutely. And we all here rooting for it.
So there you go. And I think that's where you get to sharpen your skill set, right? Aligning yourself with that right dispatcher, because just like you said, anybody could dispatch trucks in a good high, when the market is really high.
Yeah.
But what happens when it gets a little tight, which it will, that is no surprise. This industry does that, so be prepared. And how do you prepare yourself is actually align yourself with the people that know how to get through them year after year after year.
Yeah, so stick with the pros and be a pro yourself. Learn the industry, stay in the fight. Don't chase the gossip. Just work with people in the industry to achieve your goals, and that's it.
Here we go. So even when that kind of leads us to the next one, right? Cash flow is king. You guys hear us say that all the time, and it just doesn't come from moving your truck. So let me explain that. That is the number one, though. You got to be in business to stay in business. So that cash flow will come from actually you hustling out there and going to go get it. But another thing is fuel cards. So we happen to offer 2 of them, but here you go. That's some cash flow to your business. Factoring is another cash flow that alleviates your liability and all of that, so that way you can become successful. So consider all of that as you do this first-time owner-operator journey.
Agree. Relationships over rates. I would I would have some very balanced approach to this. Relationships are very important. So, for example, there are a few vendors that we pay a little bit more than what we could get out there in the free market, but we still stick to the same people because we are battle tested. We've been through with them through a lot of shit,
right?
And we never failed. And sometimes things can be slightly better. We're not always worth it, but also you cannot ignore it. It can only be so much,
right? Yeah.
Because, for example, I've seen people, falling in love with a broker.
And then you give them
hypothetically speaking,
yeah.
Falling in love with a customer, and now you are dedicated to something that does not exist. So adaptivity is a very big thing.
Yeah, and as you search for that adaptivity, like, you got to know when to cut the noise off. So what we mean by that, there's a lot of YouTube prophets out there predicting like trucking is dead and this and that, and
the same way around. Like when the market picks up a little bit, all these gurus by the whiteboards just like, oh, if you do this, then it's this, and then we base the whole business model indefinitely based on two loads that we've done in their life.
Yeah, because here's trucking, guys. Newsflash: it's always going to be a moving target, whether you buy a truck today or you bought one a year ago. Trucking is a moving target. A lot of what happens is based on expectation. That's how this thing moves. And even now, if you know, here's the bottom line: if you know you got what it takes, and you can be you can go out there and make it, then choose to do so. But align yourself with the guys that have been around for some time, and even though they're giving you knowledge that you don't necessarily want to hear because it's not as pretty as it should be, but at least it's truth.
Yes, as a matter of fact, like you can do a pretty like eye-opening if you get time and if you have time and if you wish to do that, like you can just believe me what I
Just
said.
take the shortcut, believe Mike.
Yeah, but if you don't and you want to kind of like compare things, we've been around on YouTube for a pretty decent amount of times.
Yeah, man.
Not as long as a lot of other YouTubers, but we're not the YouTubers to begin with, right? So we truckers. So when was that gold age of trucking? The best times ever.
And then you're going to say pandemic rates, the best time ever.
So 2021?
Yeah, right around there.
Okay, so go back to 2021 videos and just watch them. Go through quite a few videos and you're going to see a couple of things. The same people that said in 2021 that was good and now it is bad. Yes, in 2021 was amazing.
Yeah.
But if you would look what we talk about in 2021, the same problems. People going out of business left and right because now as the times are good, their expectations are even better. And the cost of trucks through the roof, cost of equipment through the roof. And now, I would say we probably had more turnover due to like bad first-time owner-operator attempts.
Yeah.
Than we do have right now. Because right now we mostly come across very seasoned, very decisive people. Because everybody who's coming into arena, it's either their second time around.
Yeah.
Or we just went through the grinder, and because things are finally slowly improving, we are a lot more stable. In 2021, man, the turnover was crazy.
But because I also think
that was during the best times ever.
Because the margin for error is so much bigger, man. Like,
yes, and again, I'm gonna say that one thing: the market was a hell of a lot more forgiving for people that should not be in trucking, because one or two trips a week can solve a few problems for you.
Yes.
Right now, you got to be a lot more consistent. However, and again, somebody who was consistent back then, man, we made a bank.
They did, but those are the same guys that are in business today, though.
Absolutely. Those are the same guys that, again, not in comparison to 2021, but in comparison to today, comparing one owner operator to another, these are the same guys that did well in 21, are doing well right now. Somebody who was out of business in 2022, 2023, let me tell you, we're not cut for it.
Yeah, for sure. But even that, I think those guys that stick to their plan, they get a result, and it breaks down to even, I'll go to our next topic, right? Maintenance equals survival. Not a lot of guys understand that. Because when times, like you said, good times, you can probably afford all that maintenance and make it, and if you have a good discipline, because a lot of guys don't even touch it in the good times. But when it becomes a little, the market's tighter, is this where you should save money? Because that's where I do see things happen, unfortunately. Guys start to buy those recaps or you tend to skip on the maintenance.
Well, you should always save the money, but you cannot be skipping on the maintenance and, buying dry rotten tires and think that you're saving something. I think saving on the maintenance done the right way is by planning, by maintaining your truck, by checking tire pressure, by checking oil level, by being diligent when you do your pre-trip inspections.
Yeah, for sure.
And then when stuff needs to be done, you gotta do it the right way, because you can keep on patching tires, you can keep on putting the dry rotten tires, like 2 tires every week, and you're never gonna be able to run headache free. When instead you should plan for it, replace your tires at regular intervals, or whenever we need to be replaced.
Right.
And you're never gonna be buying yourself a dry rotten tire, not even matching the other tires which you have. And now you're surprised the tires are popping every week.
It's kind of strange though, because at least right here, mindset is a weapon, and I think a lot of what you're talking about right now is part of that mindset, because no one wants to cut that check for those tires, right? But again, that's the vessel, that's the vehicle, that is the thing that allows you to continue to make your money and bring the money in. But that's what you're defending.
Yeah, your truck eats before you do.
Yeah, but it's right there at that moment when you have to buy it. There's guys that won't do it, and there's guys that will do it.
But again, the guys that won't do it, we're still gonna do it, just in the worst position.
Mindset. They're actually gonna spend more.
And we're gonna spend more for lesser tires than the guy who's planning for it.
Yeah. So it comes out more expensive at the
Absolutely,
end of the day.
100%. So that's just know what's good for you. Running cheap rates. No, that's not good for you. However, running being fixated only on rate per mile and skipping everything else, like your gross revenues, like how much money you're gonna make this week. What's good about me making $10 a mile if I'm only packing like $200 this week?
Yeah. And then that comes to my whole mindset, right? Those guys are like, I run for $4 a mile only, and then he's doing local bullshit, which did 700 miles for the week. What's the net do for you and your business?
Yeah. It just it's an illusion, and I'm not gonna lie. Like a couple of times I caught myself in this, and it felt a little strange when you're running like almost coast to coast for a much lower rate than let's say my buddy just doing Midwest. But at the end of the day, when I get a check at the end of the week and he gets a check at the end of the week, like my check can actually solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, your friend's the king of nowhere with his check.
Yes, and on top of that, all that talk about, but my truck is gonna break less. Bull fucking shit. This truck broke just as much as mine, if not more, because diesel trucks we break from sitting, not driving, and that's what's up. So I don't know. I think just. Business is not gonna be easy. Nobody gonna be handing you participation trophies.
Yeah.
So you just gotta know how to run the business.
Yeah, and here's our number one rule, right? Right here it is, guys. Don't fold, evolve. You have to evolve your business in order to keep it going. Because everything you were even talking about right now. Let me tell you about the evolving. Just took a recruiting call this morning, like actually right before we started making videos, and the guy at this point is asking just a flat out question, right? He's like, can I keep going? And I'm like, what do you mean by that? He goes, after my hours, can I keep going? Like drive straight to California. I'm like, nah, man, we ain't doing any of that. So I'm not even interested in this guy. And I'm like, oh, good luck to you, brother. I'm sure you'll find a place that'll do that. But here we are, rather than evolving to be better at this game called trucking, that I don't think he even sees that that's a pathway to destruction, that he's going to lose, regardless. He may think he's winning, but I don't think.
No, he doesn't. I've seen a lot of people that's been in trucking for many years, and we think that trucking legally is mission impossible. And I disagree. As a matter of fact, a lot of people that said that trucking legally is impossible, that you have to fuck around with hours of service in order to make anything, most of them are out of business right now.
No, and to piggyback on that, man. So he's kind of closing it out, the conversation where, we agree to disagree. So it's nothing bad. But he's like, man, is that I just need to bring home $3,000. I'm like, bro, like, that's not even like, if I'm doing all that shit, I'm like, that's such a low mark for me to say. Like, I'm like, bro, you could do that easily in trucking, like legally without any of the headaches. I just don't understand.
If we're all going to jail, let's at least make $1 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to jail for like an average.
For a fucking extra $200 an average week.
Yeah.
You can save that in fuel alone.
And then his cellmate's gonna just snatch that from him, along with other shit. So. But who knows? Anyway, just doesn't make sense, guys. That's when it didn't connect for me. Like, you're willing to do all that for what could be done without that need to do that. So always evolve your business. Do not fold. Be in it for the long run.
Yeah. Be safe out there. Drive safe, and we'll talk to you on the next video.
Operators looking for the best business owner opportunity, look no further. I got all the programs that are going to make you successful. Everything to operating from 2 different fuel cards, top of the line trailers with a maintenance program that is unbeatable, to plates, insurance, you name it, we got it. All you got to do is give us a call, 863-342-5171. Learn more and get started.